Hello everybody, my name is Lizz Ntonjira, the author of Youth Can, a book that really is a passion project. I married my love for writing and storytelling together with my love for youth empowerment. What inspired the book is a call from very many people through my different social media platforms asking me guidance on various career choices or either a request for mentorship. And I felt some of the requests needed a lot of expert information, or some of them I really didn't resonate because it's not something that I'd gone through. And I felt, what would I gift young people that I really love? And I felt the book would be a great avenue of just sharing experiences of different people from across Africa. I think the fact that we are divided by boundaries, we are brought together by our circumstances, our hardships, our successes, our opportunities. So I think we're really limitless in terms of understanding and learning from other people. The reason I chose to write a book is because I have dreamt of this moment since I was 10 years old. The first time I had anything published was when I was 10 years old, and I was really, really excited about it. This is like the optimal purpose, just showcasing this talent of youth leadership that we have across Africa. These people that have been featured in this book have not been born with a silver spoon in their mouths. They've had to really work hard, work smart, be resilient, and really focus on their purpose to realizing their full potential. And it's a great experience for people to read from that. A book because of posterity. I want this book to serve generations after generations after generations. For me, this is really a learning tool for a lot of people. A learning tool for young people, a learning tool for younger people. The book is divided into 12 chapters, each chapter focusing on a different sector. We have sectors like education, research and development, health, media and arts, sports, environmental issues or conservancy, development, corporate entrepreneurship, the public sector, innovating for the future, you name it, they're all captured here. And each chapter starts with an introduction from an industry thought leader who's over 35 years old, just showcasing their learnings from their experiences, how they've become experts in those industries, just giving their unfiltered advice to young people who look up to them. And then each chapter also features 3 to 4 ordinary young Africans doing extraordinary things. I was very intentional about making sure that all voices are represented. Therefore, that's why we have a 9-year-old and a 60-year-old. And I also wanted to make sure that there's a lot of diversity in terms of whether it's your religion, your background, your social status, your country, the country that you come from. The 22 countries represented here are Anglophone, Lusophone, Francophone, as far as Liberia, Cape Verde, Guinea-Conakry, Sierra Leone. So for me, just doing this for me was also such a rich experience of learning so much from the different people that have been featured in this book. Arriving at the decision of who to feature in this book took months of research work. I really wanted to amplify and bring to the fore young people that we never really often hear about, but they're really breaking barriers in whatever industries that they're in. I think the biggest challenge with our media, not only here in Kenya where I'm from, but also the larger East Africa and Africa, Sub Sahara Africa, is we get to see the same faces repeated over and over. We get to know their stories. We don't see other people being featured often. So I really wanted to feature people who are making an impact in their communities, in their industries, people that we can learn from, people who've had hardships and how have they, overcome those hardships to be who they are at the moment. So I've featured people who are, at PhD level. I've featured people who've dropped out of school because of various circumstances. I've featured people who have been supported by their family in their endeavors. I have featured people who've had a hard time convincing their circles or even their families to support what they're doing. So it's really a diverse mix of different people, because I felt that those stories need to resonate with everybody. I've used #YouthCan in the title of my book. I'm not too sure if I'm the first author to do that, but I think I am. I haven't seen any, but anyway, it was very intentional to use the #YouthCan, because all of the people featured in this book, I reached out to them through various social media platforms. So some I happen to be in the same WhatsApp group as they are. Some I, happen to reach out to them via LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And, with the advent of new media, the power of social media has done a lot in terms of reinventing our industries. It has had its pros and cons. And I feel that we need to leverage on the opportunities that social media presents. Let us learn to use social media for good. This really is evidence of, once social media is used in the right way, we can be able to build positive partnerships, positive collaborations that really speak to advancing our developmental goals as Africa as a whole. I self-published because there were very limited options for me as an author when it came to interacting with different publishing houses. One, I wanted editorial freedom of the content. Two, I wanted my timelines, which were quite, I did this book in under 6 months. That's unheard of. My editor keeps telling me, we've broken the Guinness Book of World Record. I don't claim it, I'm just saying, because, to just have this done, pieced together in under 6 months is, I think, unheard of. And most publishing houses told me will take 2 to 5 years to publish you. And then I also wanted, the terms and conditions for me did not work. I don't see how authors get 7, 10%, 15% of really all this hard work that they've done. So for me, it didn't make sense. And so I decided to self-publish. I decided to also do my own distribution strategy. So I set up like an e-commerce platform. So if anybody wants the book, they can get it on www.youthcan.africa. Trying to put this, piece everything together was really fun. It was lots of sleepless nights, working over the weekends. Sometimes I had to work till 6 a.m. to finish a particular chapter. Besides 4 to 5 people who couldn't commit to being featured, the rest of the people that I had reached out to were more than willing to be featured in the book. They were so happy about the book. There were people who said, anything to inspire and empower the youth in Africa, I'm willing to be on board. So for me, that was really, I think sometimes when I got the yes, I want to be part of this project, I literally had tears in my eyes, because I've not met some of these people, and for them to believe in me, to trust me, to lend their voice to something that I wanted to do was really emotional, really gratifying, and I really enjoyed working on this book. The good moments doing this book definitely outweigh the challenges that I've had. And everyone I have worked with on this book has been Kenyan. The printing was done in Kenya with a very fantastic printing house. the revise editor, the editor I worked with, the designers I worked with, the photographers I worked with, the production people that I worked with were all Kenyan. The bulk of the people involved in this project, 90% are under 35, and it was very intentional. I really hope that this book can, be a reference point for a lot of young people. It can be a source of inspiration, empowerment. It is also a source of, something to challenge you to be better, to, realize your potential. I always say you don't need a fan club to achieve your goals. You just need to, be your own motivation. And I think this will complement being your own motivation. The times that you're feeling down, the times that you're feeling bruised by the different challenges that you face, this will really speak to you, and some of the stories will resonate and keep you moving. I feel like there's a lot of age discrimination in Africa against young people. We often feel that young people cannot hold certain positions because of just their age. I think this book is evidence to all those people, the naysayers of young people. It's evidence to them that it can be done, it has been done, and it can continue to be done. This book was also inspired by the Lizz Ntonjira network that I run. The Lizz Ntonjira network is a youth engagement platform with the sole purpose of coaching, training, and mentoring the youth. It can be found on www.lizzntongjiranetwork.com. Part of the proceeds of this book go into ensuring that the network is sustainable, and that for me is really important. The team I work with is really resilient. It's a highly dependable team. I wouldn't have done this by myself. Youth empowerment is a dynamic circle and thread that is running across this book. And I hope a lot more people just don't do lip service on, yes, the future belongs to the youth. We need to action. We need to give young people an opportunity. We need to hear the voices of young people. We need young people to be given a seat at the table. And this is a call to action for young people to unite together in global action to ensure that their voices are represented socially, economically, politically. I mean, the onus and that responsibility is on us as young people. So let us not only rely on being given that seat at the table, we need to demand for that seat at the table as well. And it's the responsibility of us to do that so that our children's children can be able to enjoy the fruits of our labor.